There are several more ways you can add organic matter to your home garden and your home landscape, and there are good publications telling you about how to do that. And they do a lot of things beside add organic matter. Mulches. Mulches for the home vegetable garden are really such an asset because a mulch is usually an organic material. Now, historically, we would put plastic in our garden. There was a horrendous time when many people would actually recommend you use aluminum foil in your vegetable garden. That was in order to reflect light and make the bugs not get on your plants. And it decomposed in your garden, and it was decimating to the environment where it was being manufactured. It's a horrible thing to do. So do remember that just because a product is recommended for some use, and maybe it even works for that use, that doesn't make it the good thing to do. You're gardening because you're celebrating life, and so that's what we've always got to keep in mind. So, mulches for the home vegetable garden, organic materials, all kinds of organic materials work well. Actually, newspaper is one thing that you can use. Historically, the print and newspaper had chemicals in it that were bad for the plants. But then they figured out it was bad for your hands and bad for you to put your hands near your mouth and everything else, so they got rid of those chemicals. So you can use them thickly, or cardboard, very thick, to keep the weeds out. But then if you're using material such as this, I like to put a more aesthetically pleasing organic material over the top of the newspapers to keep them from blowing away, or the cardboard, or things such as this, and it helps it break down faster. So straw, grass clippings, but not very thick with grass clippings, because if you get them really thick, then they start rotting and stinking. So you have to have it thin enough that they can dry out and then decompose. Say 2 inches deep is about as much as I would recommend. And also be sure that you're not putting seed heads from weeds that were in the grass into your garden. And even more important, if you've got wiregrass or any of the kinds of grasses that have runners, if you take the grass clippings off of that, you'll always get some of those little runners, and you'll be starting more weeds and grass over in your garden. So you have to be cautious about what kind of organic matter you use. Leaves are just the most perfect thing. I personally used to go around, get my husband to go around in his truck and get the bags of leaves that people put on the street. Wherever you can get leaves, you can never have too many leaves in your home garden if you just learn how to manage them. So read about managing them, collect the leaves, use the leaves, treasure the leaves.